tell me what does it mean not only getting the all-around win but getting the team win against two teams? Just tell me what that feels like.
It was a relief to, come into home and beat two teams that we should easily beat. And, all around, it doesn't really matter to me as long as we get a win for the team. That's all that counts.
And going into the next couple weeks here, what do you think the team and yourself maybe needs to focus on a little bit more?
We really got to focus on picking it up. If a teammate does fall, we got to keep the enthusiasm, we got to keep the encouragement up and our focus up. And every 10th counts. It doesn't matter what it is, but we got to hit every single 10th that we can get.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay. We had a couple of disappointments tonight, and for you, does that mean that you have to step it up individually, or is it a team mentality that you have to all step it up?
I mean, it's definitely a team and an individual thing because every single person has to, have in their mind that they have to get every single 10th that they can now, and we come together as a team. And right before floor, I said, we got to make this count. We're not losing at home. So it was definitely bringing it all together for our last event.
Well, obviously, we're pleased with the win. Anytime you can go into a meet and beat a MAC conference foe, Western Michigan is a very good team. George Washington's a very good team. So, we're obviously excited about the wins, although obviously we're a little bit disappointed as well, too, because we feel like we didn't compete really up to our standards. And so there were some problems that we had, and we talked to the girls afterwards about them, and those are things that we know we need to do a better job on next time.
All right, can you tell me what you said to the girls going into the fourth rotation, just to kind of go in, try to secure the win?
Well, obviously we talked about, Beam was done and over, but we had one event left, and, we knew that the score was tight. But we also know we've got great floor routines that they can go out there and beat any team, I think, on any other event. So we talked about, their pride and what they needed to do, whether or not they wanted to win the meet or whether or not they wanted to finish second or third. So we basically put it in their hands, and they went out and they responded great.
Okay, and anything specifically you're going to try to work on the next week, 2 weeks, to prepare for your next meets coming up, both in the conference and out of the conference?
Well, obviously you always got to prepare for Beam. It tends to be the great equalizer, and tonight it almost killed us, but luckily we were able to hold on and do a good job on the other 3 events. But we realized that we're going to have to be better on all 4 events if we really want to be the type of team that we feel this team has a chance to be. So we'll work hard on Beam. We'll work hard on putting them under pressure. And they have done really well under pressure, but it was one of those meets where we just, for whatever reason, struggled a little bit and really had a hard time getting things going over there.
Again, struggling in the middle of events. What was, I guess, your not necessarily confidence level, but were you concerned that it was a stumble that you weren't going to be able to recover from, or did you know that you were going to be able, that the team was going to be able to recover on the floor?
Well, and once again, we do know we have a good floor team. We knew the scores were tight, but I think if we go out and perform our floor routines, and we knew if we went out and performed our floor routines the right way, that we can overcome a deficit. From some teams, we had a little bit of a lead on Western Michigan, and so we felt like our floor against their vault, we would be able to hopefully do a very good job and not let them catch us. It was more about making sure that we caught George Washington because they had a 2/10 lead on us. So, but we put it in the girls' hands, and once again they came through and they performed very well out there.
How are you feeling going into your first home meet of the season? I know you had kind of a rough patch at the beginning. You beat Penn State last week, which was great. I was just wondering how you were feeling coming into your first home meet of the season.
Obviously, we were excited. We love competing at home. We usually get a great crowd. We got a great crowd tonight. Usually we perform a little bit better, and like I said, that was a disappointment for us, and we really feel like we need to make some corrections there. But certainly, I think the team was excited to be home. We'd been on the road the last 2 weekends, and home's usually a comfort place. Unfortunately, I wasn't so comfortable on beam for a while there.
Do you feel like you've struggled on beam in the past, or is it just something that was a one-time deal?
The rest of the season, we've been very solid away from home. So, gymnastics is a funny sport sometimes. You can go out and do just about everything right. You get a couple little mistakes on beam and they avalanche, and it's sometimes difficult to overcome that. And, once one girl makes a mistake, if someone else starts to tighten up, when you're working on 4 inches, it's one little mistake turns into a disaster sometimes.
Any more questions for Coach?
All right, thank you.